Labor Secretary Lori Chavez-DeRemer joins me now. Secretary, thanks so much for taking the time, and happy Friday morning to you.
Oh, thank you. It's great to be here.
I know the White House says that ending this rule will mean safer deliveries for consumers, building up the mom and pop industry across America. But just in the meantime here, what kind of disruptions or price hikes should everyday people be bracing for?
Well, I think certainly the president took this on to understand we don't want to have loopholes. We want everybody to understand that there can be loopholes in the markets and in shipping. And so, he took a hard look at that. That expired last night at midnight. And now we'll get back on track. What I want to focus on is growing this economy and how important it is. I know you all know I'm on my, my 50-state tour here in the United States to talk to the American worker, the American business, and how we can grow this economy. And we are seeing consumer confidence up. Employees are back to work. We're keeping more money in their pockets. And that is a testament to the leadership of this president.
And speaking of building up the economy, obviously tariffs have been at the forefront of this second Trump administration. My other question, just with this de minimis change, how do you expect this to impact trade relations with high export countries and trading partners that we're still waiting to strike deals with? Mexico, Canada, China.
Yeah, some of our biggest trading partners. The president, we often say this, a master negotiator. I happened to be in Japan the weekend that deal was done with Secretary Bessent to understand, how our countries have a level playing field. And I think that's what the president has been focused on, is leveling the playing field for the American consumer and making sure that those tariffs have gone into place. So that we are a net exporter. And, that's important to this country and growing the economy. So I would imagine the president is very aware of this. He is great, again, at the negotiation table. And with the secretaries in play, this country in America, we have had the onshoring now with these companies. Up to $15 trillion have been committed to the American economy, and that's only going to grow the workforce. That is going to grow our jobs, and that's what I'm focused on, is putting every American back to work.
Speaking of jobs, Americans are getting ready to celebrate Labor Day weekend. When it comes to overall job, growth in the job market, let's play a bit of high-low here, if you will. What areas of the country are you seeing growth, and where are you seeing weakness right now?
Well, again, thank you for asking. We've added 500,000 new jobs since the president took office. And I think that that's key. All of those native-born jobs, we're really focused on the American men and women of this country who built this country. And that's what we're honoring on Labor Day, is understanding that for the last 250 years, this economy has grown. America has grown at the hands of the men and women of this country. And so it's exciting to be around. I will hit, by the end of today, 32 states out of my 50. Wow. I'm in the New England states. It's been great to talk to the firefighters. I was in Maine talking to, the lobstermen and women. The key to that is that the president is focused on growing the economy and protecting America first. The America First policies are important. And as I move through this process, I'm going to see a dairy in Vermont this afternoon, General Dynamics, who build our submarines, right here in Connecticut. And I think that that's important to be on the ground. The president has given us the latitude as secretaries to go out into this country and, really talk to business owners, talk to them about what their issues are and the concerns that they have.
Yeah.
We know that there has been some uncertainty over time, and that is now that consumer confidence is up. I look about the blue collar boom. I focus on that a lot. That not all Americans will go out and get a 4-year degree, but they'll focus on those 2-year degrees to earn while you learn. And we're seeing that blue collar boom, and those wages have gone up 1.4% since the president took office. So
let me ask you about, more about jobs. Initial jobless claims last week ticking down 5,000 to 229,000. However, let me pop this up for you. A Bloomberg report noting that businesses so far have been reluctant to cut staff on a large scale, but they have pulled back on hiring. And then the elevated number of recurring applications indicates that it is taking longer for out-of-work people to find a job. Any advice for those struggling to find work this morning, Secretary?
Well, certainly as part of the Labor Department, my job is to upskill and reskill and work with our community colleges and our technical schools to make sure that they have the skills they need to go out and get those jobs that are in the labor force, the market demand.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.